Greetings everyone, I'm Jacob Glassmeyer, your Tai Chi guide. And in this 10 minutes of Tai Chi, we're going to go through 3 movements on each side as we wave our hands like clouds to flow one side to the next. Our first movement that we're going to come to is brush knee push. The second is parry punch. And the third is carry the tiger back to the mountain. So get ready and let's begin. Let's start with our toes straight to the camera. The crown of our head lifting high into the sky. Let's take this moment to be still on the outside. We're always moving on the inside, whether it's through thought or the physicality of who and what we are. Blood, lymphatic system, oxygen, CO2, carbon. Let our hands flow to our hearts. We begin with gathering the chi. Now here in this practice, as we come to this time of day, we draw in the breath to give us peacefulness. We draw in the breath to give us life. In through the nose, and then exhale gently through the lips. Maybe on your side, you're sending out a slight sigh as the hands sink down, inside or outside. We do this one more time, gathering the chi, drawing it from the direction of the earth. As our arms sink down, we sink down. As our arms rise, so do we. This is a hug right into the heart. This is a hug for all that we do and who we do it for. As we open again, we give another hug for all those other folks in our lives that bring us positivity and connection. Just knowing that you'll get to see them and to smile to heart and face. And this important hug that's from you, to you, and for you, saying something good about yourself. Give yourself a compliment, whatever it may be. Now we reach to the sky. Wherever up is for our body, we reach up, lengthening. It's a beautiful extension movement. And then drifting down, letting our hands float over the crown of our head, cloaking us in calmness, filling us with peacefulness. We reach up again. If you like, take a look up with the chin or the eyes. Reach past the ceiling, the roof, the trees, the clouds. And draw all of that energy that's in our outer sphere, outer space, down in and through you. One more time. Only this invitation, I invite you to song the body. The song is to extend, not just the arms, but through each articulation, through the entirety of your body. Opening up just enough space we can imagine a light of our energy to shine through. As our hands come to rest at waist, pause, feel, and breathe. A little smile on the outside. Let's the inside know we're doing our body a lot of good. And thus it releases our oxytocin and all those other wonderful, beneficial hormones in the mind. Hands float in, sinking down. Now we begin with waving hands like clouds, because this is how we'll flow from one movement to the next. So let your belly button float over here to the crane and snake, and then back to the other side. Now your belly button is going to line up with your big toe, somewhere around that. Feel where it is, right? So we feel where our body is in space and time. A little bend to your knees, just gently floating side to side. So in our principles of Tai Chi, that our waist is the guide, rotating us side to side. Now here, let's turn over here to where the bonsai tree is. Let that hand float up, and it comes across. As it sinks down, the other one comes up, and then we float across. So doing this movement, if you need to move a little bit faster, and then decelerate, Wonderful. Waving our hands like clouds. Someone once called it cloudy hands, which to me means there's a storm or a chance of meatballs. So I like just to be the clouds. And here we go. We're going to go into our first movement. The hand that's sinking down, let that be the foot that steps out. We brush knee, cross the waist, then we push. Not extending, right? Not contracted. Somewhere in that Goldilocks zone. Hand down, hand up. Let's wave the hands like clouds. Not stepping back in. Leave the hands right there. And notice how they rise and sink again with a breath in. Now, brush or parry, brush across, and then the hand closes and comes out, punch, a little bend to the elbow. Hands open, wave hands like clouds again. You can be an expert at waving hands like clouds. Now, carry the tiger back to the mountain. The bottom palm stays up, and the top hand presses a little bit slight past the midline of your torso. So if I change my angle, you can see the hand is a little bit past the midline. Carry the tiger back to the mountain. Guess what's next? Wave your hands like clouds. Let's go through them again. A breath in, brush knee push. So we do the same lower arm movement twice. There's brushing the knee, and there's a push. We go again, we're going to parry and punch, or brush the knee. Hand closes up top, extends. Both hands open again, wave the hands like clouds. Bottom palm stays up, top hand pushes past the midline of the body. Now, can we make this easier? Of course we can. Bring the hands just as they are. Bring them right back in to embrace the full moon. And sink right back out, brush knee push. Bring the hands right back into holding the moon. Now the bottom hand has to come up a little so we can parry and punch. Then we come right back and hold the moon to carry the tiger back to the mountain. Let's wave hands like clouds. We'll step back into place. Heels under hips. We continue to the snake and crane side. We float back to the bonsai. The hands trade places one more time. Here we go. We step out, we brush knee, and we push. Wave hands like clouds. In the philosophy of Tai Chi is this opposing or opposite. What goes up goes down. What goes back goes forward. So here we parry, close hand, punch. That's not a squeezing hand. It's very light. We inhale to exhale. We rise to sink. All 8 directions of you. Yes, there are 8. Ready to carry the tiger back to the mountain? Palm stays up at the bottom. And now let's just bring the hands in to embrace the full moon. As a matter of fact, it's a super blue moon. So let's brush knee and push. Notice how the waist turns you back and forth. Draw the hands back in. Hold the moon. Breath in. Come up a little so we can brush and punch. Floating back in, carry the tiger back to the mountain. Let's wave our hands like clouds. Stepping back into place. Heels under hips, spine is lengthened, shoulders feel heavy in a good way. Releasing tension. And here we go. See if you can stay with me. We're going to alternate the sides. One movement each side. So brush knee, wave hands like clouds, step back into place. We turn back to the bonsai tree. We step out towards the snake and crane, brush knee. Wave hands like clouds. We're going to go to the other side. And here's that parry. We're taking the block down, and here comes the punch. Hand opens, wave hands like clouds, and go back to the other side. Feel the waist turn. Feel the waist turn. Ready? Top hand closes, bottom hand brush, punch. Hands open. We've got one more on each side. Which is, say it with me, carry the tiger That's right. Where's your mountain? Remember to hinge your knee. That's important stuff. Breath in. Exhale. Breath in. Last one here. Carrying your tiger. What kind of tiger do you have? A Bengal tiger? Let both hands open up. Let this last hug be for you, from you to you, for you. Give yourself another compliment. We have a microphone that is on. And let's reach our arms up into the sky. A wonderful breath in. As we think of those people, places, things, thoughts, and ideas that bring us health, healing, hope, and happiness to our minds, our mental energy, to our hearts, our emotional energy, and down to the very center of you, your physical energy. Draw it in, sink it down. Let it infuse all of who and what you are to your atomic level. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Jacob Glassmeyer, your Tai Chi guide.